Good afternoon, podheads and political junkies. It's Cannabis Culture News Live. And I'm John Profello. And Jeremiah didn't get in today. We don't have Cookie here today. What we have is you. And we actually have the landlord in the house also today. So we figured, you know what? We're going to bring you the news. We're going to talk about more what's going on here today and what's happening in Canada. And why not just start it off with, like I said, we got a dab going here. So that was always quite nice. We're going to get things kind of going here. We got a couple of people in the chat room. I want to get people in the chat room. I want to see what everybody's doing today and how things are going on. And really just kind of like dig in deep of some of these raids that are happening across Canada. And I mean, just on the island that we just talked about on Gibson on Neil's show. We talked about that. About how they're coming in, they're taking people's medicine. You know what? And I do have to say one thing. You know, I kind of really listened to that. About there's a lady in the background just really hammering on the police, and in a way, you know, some people might not say it, but I felt a little disrespectful. I was like, wow, you know, those are pretty strong words. This is some people that were given a job. They had to go and enforce something. A lot of them don't like doing it. Pardon me?
I think that was actually
Michelle,
the owner of the sweet shop.
The owner of the place. And I listen to it, and I stand up for that, and I believe in the cause and everything like that. And I'm just like, hey, you know what? Like really, but you know what? At certain times when we get really super frustrated and super mad, sometimes we put our foot in the mouth. We say the wrong things. And that's where we really got to come professional. We got to really stand behind this and really get the information out there and make sure that the sick people are taken care of. Because sometimes just swearing at the cops ain't going to get us anywhere, but actually trying to work we work with the VPD here in Vancouver quite a bit, and I think that's why we had so many dispensaries running. We had so many pot shops still going. But I mean, out in Abbotsford, there's another one. They had a lot of dispensaries running up and down Clearbrook Road. That I didn't see that today. I went to my massage therapist, and he's like, yeah, apparently they shut down the Cannabis Kings, and that place was thriving through patients. And every time I was in there, the more people I saw in there were senior citizens who truly were looking for that relief. They're always looking for the CBD oils and stuff like that. So I mean, now they have to go to a legal system. And then we take a look at that pricing because it made the news here already. I think I talked with Neil about this already. About cannabis extract prices vary widely between provincial run stores, and this is happening straight across the whole country. Like if you go to Alberta, certain prices are different from BC, from Ontario. The prices on Ontario, which is another big one we're going to talk about, of grams in the beginning, we're selling like pre-roll joints for like $26, and now down to $15. So prices are dramatically dropping too, which is. Is it good to see, or are we seeing that we were like things were overpriced? Because in December of 2019, and if I look at the statistics here, if I just remember correctly, Canada bought. Did anybody want to ask how much you guys bought? Do you know how much we bought?
160 million.
He's pretty close. Landlord knows, because we're going to talk more about what's going on and how many billions of dollars the province, actually the country's been hit, but in Canada, Canadians bought legally $146.2 million worth of cannabis.
Wow.
Wow. So how much do you think was bought on the black market?
In what time frame?
In what time frame? 1 month.
1 month?
So it says here, cannabis bought at about $146.2 million of legal cannabis in December, the biggest month of sales on record according to Stats Canada. Taken at an unutilized run to rates, those sales figures would be the sales in Canada. Legal recreational cannabis industrial hit $1.75 billion in sales last year. So $1.75 billion of annual sales of cannabis. I'm kind of curious on... Anybody know where that $1.75 billion went? Because the system's failing. Maybe, in our eyes. And in the legal system, a lot of people say the system's working and stuff like that. But, you know what, as we sit there and take a look at this, and this is on the BNN Bloomberg. So this is actually Canada's cannabis annualized legal pot sales on track to hit $1.75 billion. And so we kind of look at those sales, and we kind of take a look at those stocks, and we talk more about, say, Aurora and Canopy Growth and Hexon and all these other LPs where the stocks are crashing, and wonder, like, So what were their sales? I mean, how much do they have in stock? How much is backlog? And why are prices dropping so dramatically? Well, that's going to come down to one thing only: backlog cannabis, right? I mean, how much is really in the system, and what are they doing with it all? I mean, we have over 200 licensed producers in Canada now producing cannabis for 35 million people. Out of those 35 million people, they said about roughly 5 million people are users. So how many millions of grams are they producing? Question mark. What do you think, Landlord?
Oh, sorry. I went out in left field there for a minute.
He was left fielding over here because he didn't know I was going to throw him on the spot.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, you know what? Because I got the landlord here helping me out here. We're just talking about this. But I mean, really, in reality, if we take a really good look at what's going on in Canada with legalization, I mean, I did water activity testing like crazy for the last over a year. I took a look at how dry the cannabis was, how they were trying to spike it. We learned more that the drier the cannabis, the more THC it was reading. So they were trying to tax it by THC. But I mean, we never really got that whole thing. Well, wait. Sorry, I cut you off.
I don't know the government weed is such a joke. I'm sorry. I've seen it once in a package, and you got more stem than weed.
You seen it once?
Yeah, I seen
You
it once.
haven't smoked any?
Someone. No, I didn't. A guy shared one joint, and it got me sick. It didn't taste like a real joint. It should, I've been smoking over 45 years, and oh man. That government weed, they know how to rip you off, that's for sure, in different ways.
So pretty much you got some really dry weed.
It was pretty dry, and like I said, there was more stem than bud,
People are getting us in a charge for cannabis, said Freddie. So I was just kind of looking at that, what Freddie was saying. And you know what, Freddie? Yes, it's happening every day, and it's still happening. And we're seeing it more and more. We're seeing all these different changes with the system. And we're seeing a lot of the smaller stores, like for me personally, being a business owner and kind of working within the system and supplying a lot of the dispensaries, not just dispensaries, but a lot of the head shops and heady shops and different stores across Canada. I've seen such a dramatic fall in those stores. Sales just aren't there. People are just trying to stay afloat right now. It's kind of interesting where legalization we thought was going to be this big rush. Everybody's so happy, and there was this big wave of money came in. Everybody's getting these great jobs. You have these big booths at all these events, and everybody's having a good time flying around. And a year later, it's kind of like, wake up with a bottle of... I'm reading chat here, and I'm going to get Landlord's brother best of health to you, your friend. How's your brother doing?
Oh, hey, DJ. Yeah, he's doing okay.
There you go.
Oh, Landlord's.
I'm gonna have to put on my glasses here for a second and talk more about what's going on with this whole thing here. So what I was really looking at was then we started talking about cannabis extract prices wildly between provinces around stores. And this is a big thing that happened on CBC News. And this actually was just today. So this is dated from February 19th. 61 cannabis capsules. The analysts looked at the price of 61 cannabis capsules, sprays, and oils available in Ontario provincially run Ontario retail stores in December 2019. Analysts found that 31 of the products, the prices difference between the most of the legal expensive provinces of more than 50%. In some cases, the extract, some products cost 3 times more. I don't know if you can see this. We have the stock camera right here, but check out these prices. I mean, look at the difference. $76.10 in Ontario, and in Newfoundland, $29.99.
Oh, wow. That's pretty...
Now, who sold the most amount of cannabis in Canada the first month? Newfoundland. Their prices were so cheap, everybody probably drove there. They saw that, like, oh, go to Newfoundland. It's only a couple-hour drive. Isn't that ridiculous?
That's crazy.
Now, I can really show you some statistics here. With Ontario, the soft gels are $48.40. From Aurora, they're $68.30. In BC, they're $44.19. In Alberta, they're $86.99. They're made in Alberta. Sorry, I'm looking at this camera. If you guys would have to see these statistics, and if you can kind of really take a look at this, I should send you the link to this.
Send me the link.
I'm going to send you the link. I already sent you the link. Let's take a look here. Because we can look at this together, because this is really an eye-opener, okay, guys? Like, you really got to see what I'm talking about here and what's going on. Anil, here it comes right now. I'll do the cut and paste for the link. There you go. So we're going to kind of look at this together because it's really going to blow your mind. I mean, when you take a look at the pricing, and this isn't shipping because their manufacturer, Aurora, grows in Alberta. So I don't know why the price in Alberta is more expensive in Alberta, because the drops, and when you bring this up, we're going to bring up the sativa drops, 30 mil sativa drops. And in Ontario, these 30 mil sativa drops are $83.35. In BC, they're $73.99. In Alberta, they're $85.49. In Quebec, they nailed Quebec, $90.40. Quebec's really paying the price for that one. And in Nova Scotia, $89.99. And PEI, you just can't get them. I mean, it's not just like completely unheard of. That's just like completely ridiculous. Like when you take a look at these pricing, guys, and you take a look at legalization, where in the world, okay, so if I buy toilet paper at Shoppers Drug Mart in BC and it's $2.99, if I went to Newfoundland and it was $5.99, I would be getting the toilet paper business right away, straight out. I would be shipping containers of toilet paper to PEI and making $1. Look at those prices as we got that on the lawn. DNA Genetics, Lemon Skunk, 10 mil soft gels, $76.10. Now, if you scroll down and you take a look at these, this is really going to blow your mind. The different brands and the different companies. And then you really take a look at this pricing. And it's kind of like, where's this going, guys? Like, I mean, I can make some gel caps at home. I can decarbonate my cannabis at home. I can grow my own. I can take all of that shake. I can put it in a nice sealed container. And they have this machine now on how to decarb. It's like $99. It was awesome. It runs for an hour and a half at about 370 degrees in a sealed container. I used to do this in the oven with tin foil. But now they actually have these great little machines so you can decarb at home and make your own medicine. And not spend hundreds of dollars and get ripped off across the country on gel caps and stuff like that. But really, in reality, it's just converted forms of THC activated. We would get the same amount of activation from shake than we did from buds. So it kind of makes you wonder where all of these pills and gel caps are being made, right? I went to grab a lighter to light that joint, but that's a properly cured joint. Didn't go out. You know it's not legal. You saw that too, eh? Doing a lot of talking. I have this strain right now called motor mouth, and I'm dabbing that. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of motor mouthing. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You should come up here and sit with me.
All right.
What are you sitting over there for?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, we'll come up here.
There we go.
How you been, Johnny?
You know what? We've been holding down fort here for quite some time, haven't we, Landlord?
Hey, a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah, I got a good 20 years into this place. I've been coming around here way too long. At least 10, 15. I won't say 20. Actually, 20.
What are you smoking? Chatterbox joint? No,
Medikush.
Medikush.
That's Medikush.
Medikush.
That's what keeps my medicine going. It keeps me going. But as you looked at those prices, it really kind of blew your mind, didn't it? Like it's like really just out of chocolate bars and cookies and tea. Ontario unveils new legal cannabis edibles. That's the other big one. Anybody what's going on with all the drinks and how it's going on with those tin cans. So I had all these LPs running to the races to have their drinks on the market for Christmas. Remember? Everybody remember this? Did we see any? Have we seen any yet?
One, yeah.
No. Well, there's a nice little article. It's actually on my we put it on the Medtainer Canada Facebook page on what's going on with that and how they're realizing that they just can't put cannabinoids inside of cans in water and flavor. It's sticking to the inside of the cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a known problem for a long time.
For a long time. We've been doing this for a long time, guys. Like a long time. We already know this. That's why we went from cans to bottles. Still didn't work.
Many moons ago.
All right. So if you really want to get into it, and like what we used to get, you got to get the smoothies. Now, if you LPs really, really want to know how to infuse cannabis in the drinks, use fat, use yogurt, use smoothies, use ice cream, make ice cream milkshakes or something. Figure it out. But it ain't going to be in a tin can like a beer. That's not going to work. Sorry, we've been doing this for a long time. We've been smoking weed, eating it, consuming it, any which way. I mean, we did everything we could.
I've been doing it since 1976, so the weed to grasshopper. Not mentioning
1976.
Yeah, man, that's like a countdown. Which I went.
I was 5.
Hey,
So I might have
you're-
stumbled across my first crop in 1977, 78. Yeah.
That
By the age of 10, I was stuffing bamboo and lighting it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Speaking of countdown, just for a sec, it's 58 days, 23 hours, 32 minutes till 4:20.
Check this out. Now this is the truth. We're gonna have the little spy cam here. This is the landlord. This is how he takes care of us, guys. See that?
Yeah.
Right down to the minute.
Second.
To the second.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's like Christmas for me, man. A festive
See that?
dream.
See that? Where do you get that dedication? Anywhere in the world, landlord's got us
man.
covered. You know what? And landlord, you got a lot of your brothers and sisters running across this country, standing up for what we believe in, protecting the nature, protecting our rights.
Protecting the land. There's over 15 native roadblocks across Canada right now. Trudeau doesn't know what to do.
And you know what? Honestly, I'm going to say something here, but I know a lot of growers, they're scared as hell because they run propane. And like, what are we going to do about our girls right now? Because there's no trains getting through. There's no medicine getting through.
The
There's
CN
a
is
lot of
stopped.
backups. The
and
CN stopped. It's
CP.
costing the country $1 billion a minute.
I'm sorry, but our ancestors is trying to protect what
And you
little
know what?
land we have left.
And you know what? And you have every right to do that. And I understand that 100%. And the government's really got to take a look at what the hell's going on here. It's like, okay, you just can't decide that we're going to do this without anybody asking. And I know, like, I tried doing that, but they just, like, throw me in jail. I used to get locked in my room whenever I try to do things. You know what I mean? It's like, you get punished for it. And that's what's happening right now. The people are fighting back and they're punishing the government for making wrong decisions about our country.
Don't mess with the landlords.
Don't mess with the landlords.
I mean, I love this land too.
This land is your land. This land is my land. No, it's not. We're gonna go from Nova Scotia to Victoria.
Vancouver Island, yeah.
To Victoria, Vancouver Island. Say we got our own. To the beautiful BC buds and the hash from PEI.
BC is the place you ought to be.
With those buds.
Oh, and the
And
hash.
the bees.
Oh, yeah.
The hash.
Oh, I love hash.
I remember the hash from when I used to be back in Nova Scotia, that black hash. It's 4:19. It's a 1-minute warning. Get your stuff rolled on. I want to hear and chat what you guys are doing. We got 21 people in chat.
Yeah.
So you guys, out of your 20, Freddie Pitcher's in there. 20% of us smoke, 80% of cannabis.
I'm going to light up another one in a minute here, man.
You're going to light one up. I'm going to get my dab ready.
You get your
You know what's really nice? Because Jeremy from upstairs hooked me up with some dabs. I came downtown dabless.
I know. I ran upstairs to get a nice
Dabless.
Romulan joint. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Well, Brian didn't make it down. You were talking about the 420 and what we're going on with there. We're looking at, you know the biggest thing that I've always been fighting for, and what people have been fighting for a long time, like the shop down on Davie, is being able to smoke and have cannabis consumption places.
I'd like to open up a smoke shop one day.
Would you like to open up a smoke shop?
Yeah.
Like you can sit down and blaze a
down,
fatty,
yeah.
enjoy a cup of coffee, like Jody's joint was trying to do and stuff like
let's
that.
not go with coffee. I drank for 3 days coffee for this one program I'm taking. Oh, man. I don't think I'm...
He's on a coffee
It's
program.
420.
It's
eh?
420!
Hey, light up. Woo! Light up, everybody. It's 420.
Well, that was wrong. For my 420, I drank a sip of coffee, but my dab rig was a little hot. So what do you guys smoke it out, guys? What do you guys got going on? Roll it, smoke it.
I got a
I want
Romulan
what you
here.
got. I want the rom. I can smell that Romulan. Uh-oh.
Oh, and just for you people out there, this Sunday, the 420 volunteer meeting is at 5 o'clock. It has been changed from yesterday.
Very, very important. The
Very
420
important.
meeting.
Very,
Right on
very.
top, yep.
Yeah.
307 West Hastings, second floor.
Whatever the address is.
307 West Hastings.
307 West Hastings. I live on the east side, so it's kind of hard for me, but yeah. Here you go. Nice Romulan joint there.
Thanks for all you do, John. I mean, you rock, Elford. You know what? I just love cannabis, and I love you guys. I love talking about it. And you know what? Now that they're talking about these cannabis consumption lounges and stuff like that, because I've been coming downtown to this location since, like, 1995. No, 1998. 2000. I've been hanging out down here.
22 years.
I mean, I played chess downstairs with Blunt Brothers burnt down, when we talked through the wall, stuff like that. But on that note, I just love coming here.
I love
Sorry, I had to enjoy this joint right now. The taste of the Romulan is just like, you're going to have to give me like 1 minute of silence to the Romulan. 1 minute and go.
And also, I will be hiring a workup crew after 420 to help clean. Last year we did awesome.
Yeah, the job was amazing. In fact, I've got some footage of last year.
Yeah. So this Sunday, 5 o'clock, for the 420 volunteer meeting, we also get a 420 t-shirt. So come on down.
I don't even get a t-shirt. I've been going to these places for years, and I'm always left out without a t-shirt. I'm like, where's my shirt? They're like, Johnny B, you don't need a shirt.
Well, I went a couple times, but I didn't get a shirt. I finally got a shirt last year.
Even the landlord didn't get a shirt.
Yeah.
See how special those shirts are? They're like collectors. And you get a shirt for volunteering. You hold on to that thing because that's memories for life, man. That's like, I was there for that moment of that part in my life. Because I'll tell you right now, in 10 years or 20 years, it's going to put the biggest smile on your face. Like this Romulan joint. Pardon me?
Part of the solution. You got a shirt. It proves you were part of the solution.
You're part of the solution. You put your time and effort in. You know what I mean? Like you're part of history. And right now, cannabis in Canada is history. That's what's going on. But on another note, we were looking at places for pot, and Edmonton took a look at options for cannabis cafes. And you know what? I started looking at this, and I just talked about this. This was posted a couple hours ago. Did I send you that link? I know I did.
Oh, sure.
So, Edmonton, I'm going to say hats off to Edmonton. They took a really good look at the first way of legalizing cannabis cafes. So they went to the Gaming and Liquor Control Board. They sat down. They came up with 3 ways. They thought, okay, so this one really, really sucks. So they look at like a standalone facility. You can go in and just eat a cannabis edible and get high. So, what do you think about that? So now you can go into a place and you can just sit down and have a cup of coffee and have a cookie and eat that cookie to get high. Okay, so how long does it take you to have a cup of coffee? You don't drink coffee?
I did this week. But
okay,
anyways.
but about 10 minutes, right?
10, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay, so when I take an edible, how long does it take for it to kick in?
I've heard it's similar to a gummy, like 20 minutes, 15.
Okay, so he's 20 minutes, 15. Most people are about 45 minutes because when they get something not a gummy, because that's actually made from distillate, you get something, say, in a baked good, it's going to use those fats, it's got to convert in delivery. You're looking at about a 45-minute to an hour onset. So right now, they're going to say, so you can go to a standalone facility, have a cannabis edible, and a cup of coffee. By the time you have 3 cups of coffee and that edible kicked in, what are you high from right now? Because that edible only is 10 milligrams, by the way.
Well, maybe my immune system is not as...
So you're so damn spun out on the caffeine right now. You better get a pretty good indica edible to bring your shit down, okay? So this is their first kind of... So they, you know what? That might not work. So how about we'll do this? How about we'll throw edibles and alcohol in the same room?
Yeah.
Let's do that and see what happens. Well, I know one thing. You get really drunk, you eat an edible? That's signs for death. And I'm sorry, but if you look at this and if they're not taking a look at... Well, straight out, because everything's down-regulating. So now we get into the medical parts of this, and I'm not really taking a really good look at this. But it's kind of like one thing, right? Because I had a friend who passed away when he was younger, and it was through excess amounts of alcohol, and ate a lot of edibles and some other things. And he woke up, he didn't wake up. Why? Because it suppressed him, and he basically... He wound up dying because he choked on his own vomit, and that was due to this excessive amounts of all the drugs. So now you're going to take alcohol and edibles. So you're going to have a beer, which is actually 10%, 5%. You're going to have your edible at 10% THC. So I guess you might be able to start getting high and drunk. Their third option will allow patrons to consume cannabis at the same venue, but in a separate room. So now you can go to a bar. This is my favorite. You go to your local tavern where you're all going to hang out, okay? And there's going to be 2 rooms. One on this side, you can eat weed. One on this side, you can drink. But you guys can't talk to each other. We're going to put a window in the middle so you can talk. Hey, I'm over here eating a weed. What are you doing? Having a drink. So we're going to put a wall in the fucking middle. And I'm laughing. Maybe a microphone. Hey, dude, what's going on? We can't come over there because you're drinking.
Yeah, man.
Okay, and underneath all of these 3 scenarios... smoking or vaping of cannabis will not be allowed. Okay, so you know what? All you guys who have all your own homes, those garages just became smoking lounges. Like when you were kids, or my buddy, I used to go out, and when I was younger, I had to go to the garage. So your garage just became the new smoking lounge for your community. What do you think? Because there's no law around that. I can smoke on my property. So Johnny B Smoking Lounges right across Canada coming to your garage. What do you think? Well, I don't know. Freddie, you got to be in on this with me, dude. Like, straight out. Come on. Like, there's no smoking allowed at any establishment, but you're allowed to smoke in your house. So all those backyard, they have these, what do they call it, back alley housing now? Oh. They should have back alley smoke lounges. Come on.
Put them in front. Just open.
You know what? I like it.
What are they gonna rage?
I'm like, if you like barfing, Freddie, the cannabis never killed him to the cannabis killed no more. I'm having fun. Did we miss 420? No, we got that sucker. That's pretty good.
I think, in fact, clips of 420 from last year.
Okay, you know what? We need a little bit of a break because I'm just sitting here laughing about the whole thing. And let's look at last year right now.
You should do the opening ceremony of 420.
Let's do the opening ceremony. Well, we're going to do that. Right now we're going to see this, and then we're going to cut into the opening ceremony.
No. I don't have it queued up. I pull it up.
We're going to give it some time, but this is what's going on right now.
Right.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Piper Courtney, but you can call me Pipes. Today I'm down at Sunset Beach Park covering 420, the 25th annual cannabis protest in Vancouver. And we have got so much to show you today, from artists to entrepreneurs to craft cultivators. So let's get started.
Perfect.
Hey everybody, I'm Craig X. You having a good time? Nice. I see some great products out there. We've got some wonderful vendors out there in the crowd. Thank you everybody who's come out here to put on such an amazing event.
So how are you guys enjoying your 420? How is it going, Don?
Oh, it's fantastic. What a great day for a protest rally. And there's thousands and thousands of people out here. And we're just surrounded by wonderful people.
These are fat joints.
That's a big joint.
Yeah, and the filter has a great structure to it. These joints burn right to the end flawlessly.
One of the biggest misconceptions is that the city and the taxpayers are paying for the 420 protest, but we got some pretty big evidence here that we give back to the community, and we cover some of those costs. So tell us what's going on here today.
This year, we're able to give over $12,000 back to charity. So we got the CKNW Kids Fund, the Overdose Prevention Society, and the Variety Children's Charity. These checks are getting blown all around, but $4,200 each.
It's wonderful knowing in our heart right now, on this day, people worldwide are celebrating, marching, protesting for our people, our plant, our culture. This is our pot pride.
High as fuck right now on 420, goddammit. Vancouver! Are y'all ready to get high with Cypress Hill?
Our newest feature is really all about collaboration and competition and working together.
We really make the game for our players, and we love our game, we love our fans, so we're happy to be here.
Pipes, have you been trying to get any sound bites out of this guy? He's usually not very good at interviews.
What are you talking about? I can't shut him up. He's been talking my ear off the entire time. He goes on and on and on.
Really? Because every time I talk to him, all he does is be like,
when I say 4, you say 24. 4.
This needs to be legal. And they say, is it a protest? Well, if it's peaceful civil disobedience, which it is, then that's a protest.
Yeah, the rules and the regulations around the only legal supply what the government brings to the table is not it's never been patient access.
Not acceptable.
I don't believe it's an acceptable quality. It lines with price or the variety of products that are down there today.
Roll them, light them, almost get ready if you got them. 420 is fast approaching.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy 420!
That was awesome. I had a great time.
Wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of probably one of the most amazing events in the world at that point, because I mean, if I look back when, like, even like shit, I had the side of my truck. I don't know if you remember that, when I had my black truck and I had Fightworks APC on it. I was parked on the side, and everybody's doing the 420, and I was protesting WCB at the same time. It was like
Yeah.
2000. Yeah, you remember that? Neil was like, "What are you doing down here protesting?" I said, "I'm fighting for my right to smoke weed." And, yeah, I didn't care. I was protesting a protest. You know, I wasn't protesting weed. I was just protesting, and you know, you just look at how far it's just grown from across the street here across the 307 West Hastings Street when Mark first started things, and then to the Vancouver Art Gallery, and then down to Sunset Beach, and then just taking a look at all this. And I mean, what was really, really, really cool is really looking at all that drone footage there and really seeing it from the top and everything like that. It was pretty cool. And you know what?
Put it on. I'll leave the mic on.
We should just, I mean, take a look at this, guys. I know we talked about it last year.
I can see you on stage.
But I mean, just picture this. Just picture like 80,000 people getting ready to spark one up for 420.
Yeah, send one heck of a smoke signal.
Like one heck of a smoke signal.
Look at that.
I mean, it's just such an epic
just
view with just Vancouver alone. I mean, that's a postcard for tourism, right? So I mean, you just take a look at that. I do have a little bit. This happens to me a little bit and stuff like that. But I mean, just take a look at that, and then like, don't you want to have a part of that? Like, don't you want to have a booth there? Don't you guys want to be a part of 420 for 2020? Like, look around, hit share, and see the amount of people that can be there, because you can be there. We have places. Please come on down here. Get yourself a booth. Get yourself a location. Come on down and be a part of this most epic event, because 420 2020. Like, I know last year was the first year of legalization, but now we're getting through the hiccups, and it's like, it's 420 all month long. It's all year. It's always 420 in my books, but I mean, you just look at that footage, and you look at the people, and you look at the joint, how everybody's just growing, and it's amazing. Even the cops are smiling, right? Everybody's smiling.
The VPD smiled at us, you know?
I know.
In that footage.
He was stoned.
Yeah, I think he's
getting a little bit
secondhand smoke. Yeah.
I mean, then we take a look at that, because when you go to 420, I mean, you get an ounce of weed for less than $100. We're not talking we're talking killer weed. And I mean, right now, if you're gonna go buy an illegal weed, an ounce of legal weed, I don't even know if you can. Is that even possible?
That's the max I think that you could buy.
So you have to buy like 4 containers too, because of all the licensed places I've been into, I haven't seen one place actually sell anything more than 3.5 grams. I haven't seen a 7-grammer yet. You're thinking about that too, right?
Yeah, I've never seen a container for one.
But I mean, the largest festival, I would say festival.
Event.
Demonstration event, farmers cannabis market in the world happens 420 2020 in Vancouver.
So I said,
you want to be a part of that, could you come on down here? Because if you look at the prices, like I was just looking at this one article here, Landlord, prices at the Ontario Cannabis Stores have decreased dramatically since legalization. This another article just came out. We're talking about Cannabis Culture news.
Okay,
right?
Your English it's Ontario. It's Ontariable.
Ontariable. Prices of hundreds of cannabis products in Ontario's provincial online retail stores have dramatically decreased since the legalization as a result of rising cannabis supply and of products offering from producers. To date, more than 200 products prices decreased have been made on dried cannabis pre-rolls, capsules, as well as accessories. So the accessories are going downhill on all these legal stores. I'm hearing that too. According to the OCS, more than 160 price drops came in a dried flower category, approximately 40 in the extract category, which includes products such as cannabis oils and gel capsules. So this is, I mean, because they can't compete. It's impossible. Like, when you come to the largest cannabis market in the world on 420 and you buy a killer ounce of weed for $100 or you buy gel capsules, okay, let's say you're going to go buy a joint. Get this one. I love this one. This one's my favorite, man. For example, a pre-roll gram from Wick number 1 THC heavy pre-roll joint from Craft Growers Northern Green Cannabis was $26.75.
A joint?
A joint! $26.75 for a joint!
And I just bought 5 of those here the other day for $26.90 something. Well, I got landlord discount.
So now they're like, okay, prices are a little expensive, right?
Wow.
So prices have plummeted in the last year, okay? Since legalization, there's like, okay, prices have got to change. So they're like 40% decrease, and that's not even enough, right? $15.95 for that joint, okay? And that's from the Supreme Cannabis Co. Has fallen more than 20%. 50. Oh my God! So an eighth of weed of John Gee from 7 Acres, most popular strain of dry flower license, was $50.70. Now it's $39.95. That's for an eighth.
Dang.
Okay, wait a second here. They don't include the shipping. So now you got to spend another $11.
Oh, then you probably have taxes too.
And the tax.
Oh, yeah, I don't pay taxes, but anyway.
So, well, no, you don't have to.
I'm the landlord.
Not the landlord. So when you come down to the cannabis market here in Vancouver, don't forget, you come down here, anywhere in Canada, and you take those 30 grams and you take it all the way home with no problem. Because you're allowed to have 30 grams.
BC, bring cash.
Bring some
bud.
Bring cannabis.
Bring cannabis.
Bring cannabis to the cannabis BC. Farmers Market because you know what? 100,000 people are coming down here to celebrate with you.
160,000 over the day.
160,000 over the day to celebrate. Can you believe that?
Let's make it $250,000.
Let's just do this, man. Let's just bring this whole shit into town, right? I'm just saying, we need to grow 420 like you wouldn't believe.
Put Vancouver really on the map. Just everybody who went last year, bring your friend. It'll double.
Okay, I'm going to keep going on here. The OCS data also showed that prices declined in extract products were sufficiently higher than those in dried flower. I'm scrolling down. For instance, Organigram's Glow Hybrid Bud, a strain of dried flower, saw a 33% drop in value since legalization, while Tweed's soft gel capsules from Canopy Growth had plummeted 60%. Wonder why they are going so far downhill. So 60% decrease in the oil capsules. So that's good to see people. So I mean, in the beginning, Flower and Flower Cannabis Co., one of the largest cannabis retail chains in Canada, have repeatedly called on Ontario to reconsider its role of wholesaler, arguing that the involvement of the provinces as a middleman only serves to increase program prices. So it's just kind of like this drug dealer mentality, right? So you have the grower that goes to the broker, which is the government. Then it goes to the runner, which is going to be the cannabis stores, and then it goes to the retailer, to the drug dealer. It's the same thing. Health Canada's put themselves right in the middle, and they're really, really, in my opinion, hurting the cannabis industry more than helping it.
Chiefs, not enough Indians.
There's a lot of chiefs right now, and you know what? It's kind of like I do a lot of things, and when you listen to somebody, you got a mentor, you're taking a course or anything, like you stick with that same person, you stick with that same thing, you do that same kind of role. With over 200 licensed producers in Canada and more. And how about all these... I'm sorry, guys. All you guys trying to get a craft license? How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? Do you really believe that your small little grower is going to be able to compete with all this weed that they can't sell as it is right now? You can't control the water activity. You can't control the humidity. You can't control the pricing because there's that markup. They're charging the $3.98 just for a fulfillment fee. It's kind of like Amazon. When you put your stuff on Amazon, they charge you a straight fee just for being on Amazon. Right. So the government's charging a straight fee just because they're the government. That's going to... So you're being taxed. On top of that, you're being taxed again.
Oh, yeah.
For dry weed.
The government don't like competition, I know. They take all your money.
Grow your own, guys.
Grow your own.
Grow from seed. Grow your life. I always say it every morning.
Imagine if everybody who smoked weed in BC planted a couple plants. Boy, we'd have a lot of BC.
Grow your own 4, guys. Everybody grow 4. right? So I'm going to keep going on here. So I'm just like, it's like I'm reading this with you guys, which is, I've read a lot of the news. I do this every day, and I'm always taking a look at different things. But, cannabis prices across the country continue to decline in the fourth quarter of 2019. According to data from Stats Canada, which pledged the average price of legal cannabis is $10.30 a gram in the period between October and December of 2019. Scroll down. This is a good one. But while the legal market continues to see prices decline per gram, prices in the illicit market have also plummeted. We know that. You can buy an ounce of weed for $100.
Wow.
So you know what they've done?
Hey man, you lend me $100.
Damn
man.
it! You know what? We better do something about this. So the crowdsourced data from Stats Canada showed the average price of illegal cannabis dropped to $5.72 per gram in the fourth quarter of 2019. According to the OCS, some of the dry flower products are available as low as $5 per gram, including tax.
Wow.
Well, 2 times 5 is 10, 5 times is 40, so $140 is for an ounce of weed at $5 a gram. Sorry, Stats Canada, we're cheaper.
Yeah, they'll do something. They don't like competition.
They don't like competition.
The government.
But, you're looking at under $4 a gram, because we know that gram only costs roughly about 80-90 cents to produce. The problem is when you put so much around it, when you put the jobs, the taxes, you got to put healthcare, you got to put all these costs to rise prices up. It comes into the legal system, but you better get it right. You better get good cannabis on the market, because what's happening right now is because they can't produce properly, they're not being able to bring it to the market properly. They're failing, and the market is failing. It's crashing, and it's not just costing Canadians; it's costing the economy a lot of money. Like what you guys doing, we're fighting for the economy. We're fighting. That's what we do, guys. Trying to get the joint going. Sorry, I'm just blabbling on. I was like, what's going on in chat here? Support your local farmer. Do we have another video?
We do. It's a little longer, but it's a little 420 wrap up.
A little 420 wrap up.
420 information. It's a little long, but it's.
How long do we got?
20 minutes.
We got a 20-minute video here. And we're probably going to, I'm going to probably come back with this. But, we're talking a lot. Wow, I think everyone can grow forage on. Really, that, man, get a grip. What do you mean?
Cypress Hill, a very popular music group in the marijuana community. They will be taking to the stage, we're told, at 4:25 tomorrow afternoon.
But we're gonna ask you motherfuckers down there to get involved. Can you do this right now? We're gonna ask for some crowd participation. Can you do this? Yeah! Because these guys up here ain't gonna be able to do this part. But you'll be the most poppin' shit on Instagram right now if you listen to me, right? Oh my God! So I want everybody down there. Everybody down there, including y'all in the aisles. Trust me, this is gonna be fucking cool. Everybody right here is gonna catch you on film. You're gonna be a star today, alright? So, trust me, alright? Do this shit, it's gonna be fucking cool. Everybody get down like this here. Come on, trust me, everybody get down.
I ain't getting down.
You in the front don't gotta do this, all that back there. Everybody back there, come on, man. Do this shit, trust me. Y'all are gonna be the most poppin' shit on 420, trust. You two down there, you in the aisles, get the fuck down. Don't act too good. You ain't in high heels, bitch. Come on, let's go. Alright. Now when we set this one off, everybody in the fucking park is gonna know exactly what to do.
The park board passed an emergency motion asking 420 organizers to cancel their concert and ask people not to come.
And so when I heard the Cypress Hill was being booked, the 420 people just
So you know what we're just talking about, and I'm talking about that because we were just kind of getting into that video there and it crashed. Sorry about that, guys.
Thanks YouTube.
Huh?
Thanks
YouTube.
Thanks YouTube.
Thanks to YouTube. So, you know what I was just talking about here is really like, and one guy just in there. Yeah, right. Like everybody can grow. You can grow a plant in your windowsill. You can grow a plant outside. It's legal. Okay? So you can grow. And they make a beautiful house plant. Why do you have to go into flower? You can grow a plant in so many different ways. It's going to help you grow your life. You can grow your medicine. You can just grow a nice, beautiful plant and watch it grow. You can put it outside and watch it flower in the fall. You can put it on your 12-12 light and watch it flower indoors in a grow tent or a grow box. You can do so much with that seed. It's ridiculous. So you can grow. And because we were talking about that and we were just talking about how we can, I'm like, you know what? Hey, starting next week on Jared's show, we're going to talk about this. I want to talk with Dan. We want to start giving away some seeds so you can continue to grow in any which way. So I'm going to give some of my personal collection. Bring down some of the Haas or the My Little Pony or something like that. And Neil's over here goes, oh, it's going to screw up shipping. On me, you know what? Well, we're going to figure that out because we want you guys to grow. We're going to talk about that. No, John, you can't if it's rent. No, John, you can if you rent. You can't put a single house plant in your apartment that doesn't go into flower. I'm going to contest that, Freddie. Okay, because I can bring in a rose, I can bring in any kind of flowers. So if you're going to flower that out, it's going to reek out the apartment, then you might have a problem. But if you just grow a plain cannabis plant that doesn't go into flower, I wish I was renting right now. Actually, I used to, and I didn't care, and I grew plants in every place I rented. And they told me I couldn't. Do you think that ever stopped me, Freddie? Come on, man. Has it stopped you?
I don't have to pay rent.
He doesn't have to pay rent. Well, Freddie's a top fan. Threatening eviction for just, well, when you're growing, you got your weed, you got everything else, Freddie. You know what? We're talking about all different things, so we can get into all of this. And yes, there are all these little things. But you know what? You know how many people I know that are living in all these little complexes that are putting in 4 plants in a grow tent, doing something really small. They've been getting away for it for years. So depending on what you want to do, if you truly need to grow your medicine and you're living in a place that they're not allowed to do it, you're going to figure that shit out. Be more stealth, because you know what, in the 80s when we were growing, and in the 90s and in the early 2000s before I got my license, you couldn't grow, and we grew everywhere, and we all had landlords because there was no place. I didn't own my own house, so every place I rented I grew in, and I never told them I was growing, and they'd come and do inspections and we'd hide things and stuff like that. But I'm gonna rant on. As you say, growing a plant in a little Dixie cup on your windowsill is pretty damn easy. Anyways, guys, you know what? We're just sitting here talking away.
Well, I'm just going to remind them again this Sunday at 5. What's the address here?
307 West Hastings.
307 West Hastings. So if you'd like to volunteer for 420, come on down, 5 o'clock at the Cannabis Culture. We might be meeting on the 3rd floor. Come on down.
Third floor. Well, you know what? What's really going to be really kind of cool this year is going to be 420, because with the whole thing that's going on in Canada and with the narc dogs living everywhere and smelling out that cannabis plant and taking down your door, if everybody just starts growing their 4 straight out, there ain't going to be anybody knocking on anybody's door. You'll be still growing 40 or 50. Just grow your own, guys. And if you can't, help out someone who can.
No, Angels. Clinton, what's that about, man? Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of up there with the Angels, you know.
Are you up there with the Angels?
Yeah, I feel pretty good right now, man.
Well, we know 4 Plants has the Cannabis Act. It's a scam. I believe that too.
50.
I didn't really finish off this Ontario order either, but 50% below per Tilray, Canopy Growth, Aurora follow suit, offering their own discounted line of products. So everything is plummeting. You know, just so you know, like everybody talked about this. There's this big mad rush for legalization, and then there's this mad rush. I wish I could find this article right now on what's going on with the tin cans, because it was kind of made me laugh. Let me see if I can bring it up and send it to you, Neil. So, and I mean, we all know this. We kind of talked about it and stuff like that, but actually now seeing it and laughing about it because the articles are like there. Still looking, trying over here. It's on my Medtainer page here. So, scrolling down. I got 42 people in my inbox. How do you like that?
Wow. What's an inbox? Oh, is that like electronic smoke signal?
I love you.
Oh, yeah.
I like. He's like, wow, what's an inbox? But you know what, guys? And there's been very active. What's been very active? 3 plants to the people. Cannabis Culture downstairs has got a brand new store, by the way, guys. You have to come down to the new store because it looks pretty damn awesome. If you really got to come down to it. After 20 years of walking in and out of there, I have to say hello, friends. Hello, Maria. Yeah, the new store is pretty damn awesome. So you got to come down, check it out. It's just so much more open. It's so much more busier, so much more free-flowing and active where you got people on each side instead of walking this big center.
It's awesome, man.
You can walk into the store, it opens up. You go right to the back to the growing section. I'm just saying it's my favorite section.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can buy your nutrients, Remo nutrients is there, Green Planet nutrients are there. So just a few little grow kits. Nothing major. Your basic grow tends to get set up. So to get that kind of going and stuff like that, which is really important. So yeah, the new store downstairs is really like pretty cool. So you have to go check this out. But can stick to the THC buzz out of the pot drinks. Where does the leave Canopy Growth? This is a good one. Let me get you this one. It's in Yahoo Finance. And we're going to have this sent over. We're probably gonna wrap it up here, guys, pretty quick here. If we can get that video rolling here at the end, that'll be nice, so we can kind of play that again and get you an idea of what you're going to be missing if you do not get a booth at 420 this year. This is pretty good. So cans stuck the THC buzz out of pot drinks. Where does the leave Canopy Growth? Cannabis beverages and aluminum cans have a problematic relationship that could prove costly for licensed producers with drink production lines built for the... I can't say that word. Ambiguous?
I don't know.
Ambiguous. Hey, I just got given English, by the way.
A new word.
Ambiguous metal containers. The devil is in the molecular details. Scientists have determined that the liners inside the aluminum cans can cause cannabis drinks to lose their potency. And the first thing, a landlord said here, I called you mailman for a second.
It's okay. I've been called many names. I'm the Grand Marshal when I open up 420.
That this means the pot drinks put in a can, shipped, stored in warehouses, displayed in storage, are finally consumed. The buzz promises on the label may have diminished or disappeared. It's gone. I got several of these cans in my fridge. I used to hang on to them, and they're like, why are you keeping them? I said, well, right now they're memories. But, yeah. And Neil's just laughing over here. Did you bring up that article? We get that going there?
David.
Brian, Canopy thought they would be popping bottles. They did. Everybody thought they'd be popping. Scientists have determined, can manufacturers add the liner to prevent drinks from taking on metallic taste to reduce corrosion of the can and improve shelf stability? But what pot drinks are under pressure, the liner can attract tiny amphibious droplets to achieve cannabis ingredients like THC. A theory is the cannabis material, the droplets will stick to the liner and cling on to whatever opened the can to take a drink. It will lose its potency. I'm laughing. It's a big article. I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing, like straight out. There are some pictures of some really nice drinks they had coming out. But, I mean, as you can see, when they had all these drinks getting ready for Legalization 2.0. Anybody see any drinks yet? Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Did you? Now we know why. So, once again, when all of these huge companies... I can tell you right now that Organigram has the largest chocolate factory, bigger than Purdy's, bigger than Hershey's. Organigram put in, seriously, a chocolate factory to make chocolate for the legal market. They want to make chocolate for everybody. They are the chocolate, they are like straight out. Chocolate's great, man. And if you can infuse that properly and get it going properly, I bought some Tweed chocolate straight out. I have to, man. Like, I haven't tried it yet because 10 milligrams is going to do nothing to me. I put it away along the raws, and I got a little bit of that left. But yeah, guys. So there you go. We got 10 milligram drinks that were supposed to hit the market and no one saw. This is the reason why. They're like, fuck, we fucked that shit up. They might even get... Oh, I think it's Coca-Cola getting into energy drinks now. Maybe they can put some energy, add some THC to that. I don't think it's going to happen too much anymore, guys. So that was kind of the last of that. I wanted to kind of talk about that. It kind of made me laugh of what's going on with the pot buzz and where does it leave Canopy Growth and all these other big licensed producers that were trying to jump in on the game of making pot-infused drinks. And they had, like, I know, Fats Beer and all these beer companies were kind of looking in on it and stuff like that. But no one really talked about where's that THC going to go, because I say if you really want to get into the game, make yourself a really nice smoothie. Add some yogurt in there and a little bit of fat, and add some THC and some different cannabinoids, and now you're going to get a nice little drink. 10 milligrams? No, give me a break. I need at least 100 milligrams. At least you're going to get something. You drink half of the whole thing, right?
Look at that. Jarvis's message there. People living below poverty lines. Well, you can come down to the Vandu on Thursdays and Sundays for a nice care package.
Well, you know what? We got Boss Alyssa, and it sounds like Chris will be in town on Saturday. So if we want to talk about what's going on Paw TV this week, don't miss the shows that are always happening. So on Saturday, we're going to have a show at noon with Boss Alyssa. Chris is going to be in town. It sounds like there's going to be some more people involved with that. On Monday, we have the 420 Lifestyle Show with Carly Marley. On Tuesday, we have Neil Magnuson with True Hope and Courage. Is it Courage or True Hope and Change?
Change. Because there's
I like the
some of that
Courage.
every week. Truth, hope, and change. He updates you on the CSP. You get to see activism in action.
It's
a
Neil.
promise every single episode.
It's just awesome, and really support that. Just check out what Neil's doing, because he's really taking it to another level.
Can we zoom in on that? Hey, there
you go.
There's
THC.
THC.
That's what we got going on there. And of course, don't miss Marijuana Man on Wednesdays, because if it wasn't for Greg, you know what? Like he's always having fun. He's one of the longest. I say his show. I've been on that show, and that's one of the longest standing shows right now on Paw TV.
He's done
He is the longest standing show, and he's always hard there. And you know what? Love it, Greg. Thanks for doing that. You can always check out Cannabis Live Network with Greg. I go Craig and Greg, so I always screw that up. Sorry about that, guys. Because he does his show on Thursdays. He's back on his Thursday show.
Craig? No, there's nothing on Thursday right now.
No, we got nothing on Thursday.
Well, there's always something to watch, but nothing.
It's always something to
nothing
watch.
regular
You know what?
live on.
I mean, I'm here Fridays with you guys, then we with Jeremiah, so we get a show on. And I thought we had a Sunday show.
No.
Missing the
Thursday
Sunday
and
show.
People been perhaps sooner than later.
There you go. You know what? Maybe we'll come up with some kind of a Sunday show.
I can come up with a show, maybe.
You can come up with a Sunday show. I mean, I do my live videos. I do little podcasts, not podcasts, but I do premiere videos on my channel, 420 Weedmaster, my YouTube. I'm throwing myself out there right now on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Check that out. My Instagram is 420 Weedmaster, 7:10 a.m. Could get a free seed. Doing some stuff with Gastown Dave, Cannabis Culture. We're going to talk about giving away some trim bins and some other goodies throughout the growing season, leading up to getting ready to plant. So we'll get you some nutrients, we'll get you some seeds, we'll get you some trim. We're going to get you some swag. We're going to talk all about that over the next couple months leading up to 420. It's 4:59. We're going to kind of get out of here with this joint and a dab. What do you think?
I'll have the joint. And
You'll have the joint?
dab. I don't.
We're going to do both here.
Yeah.
You know what? You're in Saskatoon. I hope everybody's going to have a fantastic weekend. I hope you guys are fully melting all over the place. If you're not doing a bong toke or smoking a joint, if you got a buddy or anything, and if you truly, if you don't have any, we're going to do our best to help you out, man.
Hang in there. 58 days, 22 hours, 32 minutes, and 17 seconds till 420. Vancouver.
There you go.
Oh, I can't wait.
And you know what I can't wait for? See this dab? It's just like all over the place. So you see that?
Quite the dab, man.
It's quite the dab. It's 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Happy.
And I'm really happy you guys were able to hang out with us for the last hour and talk about the news in Canada and what's going on. Talk about 420 coming up to the largest farmers market in the world, where you can get some damn good cannabis at a fraction of the cost for less than $5 a gram. And
Farmers market style.
Farmer market style.
It's like produce.
It's just like produce. It's exactly how it's going to be. You're going to get your edibles. You're going to get your capsules. You're going to get your pens. You're going to get your treats. You're going to see so many different ways of being able to consume your cannabis at 420 this year. It's just going to be epic. Don't forget, you can walk around with 30 grams freely anywhere. So cannabis is legal, guys. And we want to enjoy that. Because you never know when they take it away. They can give and they can take away, but one thing they can never take away is your freedom to do what you want to do. So let's kind of just dab out of here, guys, and hope you have a good one. Thank you, guys. Stop promoting the LPs, Johnny B. Well, Mary Jane, I'm not promoting LPs. Am I promoting LPs?
I don't think so.
Well, I guess to talk about the chocolate factory and stuff like that, but you know what? That's the chocolates.
Talking about stuff. Right?
I don't know. I support cannabis, man. I support you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for watching. Peace.
All right, welcome to the THC show with Neil, where we talk about the unpleasant truths of our system and our democracy here.
I help patients. I
know what you're saying.
I got rated for growing, and I'm staring at the cracks in the wall doing time, and I'm trying to figure out who I hurt. No victim, no crime.
And we look for avenues of hope and ways that we can change some things. As you can see, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of care packs that we're handing out there. I am not a criminal.
Wow, look at this.
Right,
hey, it's 420 for sure now. Got you.
And I'll be back next Tuesday for another episode of THC, Truth, Hope, and Change. Go about changing the world as best you can, and while you're doing it, just have as much fun as you can. Thank you.
Hi there, welcome to the 420 Lifestyle Show. I'm Carly Marley. She's taking a dab. Thanks.
We can play the Sick Moose video.
Oh yes, Sick Moose video. Let's play the Sick Moose video.
Yeah, so that's my home. That's like